Winona Ryder, the restless soul of Hollywood. Welcome to Actors Are Born, the podcast that explores the lives and careers of cinema's most enigmatic and fascinating stars. Today, we turn our spotlight on an actress who defined an entire generation with her deep eyes and magnetic talent, Winona Ryder. A 90s icon, Tim Burton's muse, and a complex soul who has navigated success, hardship, and an extraordinary rebirth.
An unconventional childhood. Winona Ryder, born Winona Laura Horowitz, came into the world on October 29, 1971, in Winona, Minnesota. Her first name is a tribute to her hometown, while her stage name, Ryder, was chosen in honor of singer Mitch Ryder, whose music was playing on the radio during a crucial phone call between her father and her first agent. Her childhood was anything but conventional. Her parents, Michael and Cynthia Horowitz, were writers, editors, and political activists, prominent figures in the hippie counterculture. Immersed in an intellectual and artistic environment, the young Winona grew up in close contact with Beat Generation poets like Allen Ginsberg and had the guru of psychedelia, Timothy Leary, as her godfather. Along with her family, she spent a period in a commune in Northern California without electricity, where her parents would screen films in a barn, sparking her passion for acting. However, her adolescence was also marked by difficult times. At school, she was bullied for her androgynous look and clothes that were considered masculine. A particularly violent episode in which she was beaten up for being mistaken for a gay boy forced her to continue her studies privately. This experience, however, only strengthened her resolve. At the age of 12, she enrolled at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco, where she began to cultivate her talent.
The rise of a star and the partnership with Tim Burton. Her film debut came in 1986 with Lucas, but it was her meeting with a young and visionary director that would change her life, Tim Burton. In 1988, he cast her in the role of the gothic and melancholic teenager Lydia Dietz in Beetlejuice. Do you remember Beetlejuice? The story revolves around a young married couple, Adam and Barbara Maltland, who die in a car accident and find themselves as ghosts haunting their beloved home. When their house is bought by the eccentric Dietz family, the two clumsy and not at all scary ghosts try to drive them away. The only one who can see them is the Dietz's daughter, Lydia, a dark and sensitive teenager who feels more at ease with the dead than with the living. Desperate, the Maltlands summon an unruly and chaotic spirit, a bio-exorcist named Beetlejuice, to scare the new tenants. But Beetlejuice turns out to be a much bigger danger, and Lydia and the Maltlands must join forces to get rid of him. The film was a success, and Winona became the face of a generation of young people who felt strange and unusual. The collaboration with Burton continued in 1990 with Edward Scissorhands, a work that cemented both of them in the Hollywood pantheon. The story of Edward is highly original. In a Gothic castle overlooking a colorful and conformist American suburb lives Edward, an artificial boy created by an old inventor. The inventor, however, dies before he can give him real hands, leaving him with long, sharp scissors in their place. Years later, a kind-hearted cosmetics saleswoman, Peg Boggs, discovers him and takes him to live with her family. Initially welcomed with curiosity and admiration for his ability to create sculptures with hedges and imaginative hairstyles, Edward soon clashes with the prejudice and fear of the townspeople. He falls in love with Kim, Peg's daughter, but their delicate love story is hampered by his otherness and the cruelty of her boyfriend. The film is a poignant, dark fable about diversity, acceptance, and pure love. On the set of Edward Scissorhands, one of the most iconic love stories of the 90s was born, that with co-star Johnny Depp. Their bond was so strong that Depp tattooed Winona forever on his arm. Their separation years later would be a highly followed media event.
The 90s were the golden decade for Winona Ryder. In addition to her films with Burton, she starred in highly successful movies such as Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula, where, interestingly, for the wedding scene with Keanu Reeves, the director hired a real priest, making the ceremony technically valid according to the actors. This was followed by Martin Scorsese's The Age of Innocence, which earned her a Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination, and Little Women, for which she received a second Oscar nomination for Best Actress. We've uncovered some fun facts about her and her films. She suffered from hydrophobia, the fear of water, following a childhood trauma. This created considerable difficulty for her during the filming of the underwater scenes in Alien Resurrection. Her favorite book is The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, which she has read and reread in several editions. In 1993, she offered a $200,000 reward for the return of a kidnapped girl, Polly Klaus, who was unfortunately later found deceased. Winona dedicated the film Little Women to her. Initially, her agent advised her against accepting the role in Heathers, a cult film that instead helped to define her career.
A dark period and a triumphant return. The beginning of the new millennium marked a dark period for the actress. In 2001, she was arrested for shoplifting at a Beverly Hills department store. The incident received massive media attention and brought to light her personal battles with anxiety and depression, and a diagnosis of kleptomania. Winona stepped away from the spotlight for a period, choosing smaller, independent roles. Her great comeback arrived in 2016 with the Netflix series Stranger Things. In the role of Joyce Byers, a desperate single mother searching for her son who has disappeared under mysterious circumstances, Winona Ryder won over a new generation of fans and received critical acclaim, earning a Golden Globe nomination. The series, a tribute to the pop culture of the 80s, proved to be the perfect choice for her return, solidifying her status as a timeless icon. The story of Winona Ryder is one of immense talent and deep sensitivity, which have made her an unforgettable performer. It is the story of a girl interrupted, who found her way back, demonstrating a strength and resilience that make her even more beloved by her audience. A restless soul who, through her performances, has been able to tell the story of the beauty of fragility and the courage to be oneself.
Thank you for listening to Actors Are Born. See you next time.